The year is 2025. Above the Nevada desert, a fireball cuts across the early morning sky. The streak burns hotter than any meteor ever recorded, trailing plasma until it breaks the sound barrier and keeps going. Military radars light up with alerts. NORAD tracks it for 17 seconds before the object disappears off the screen. Then goes the impact. A shockwave rattles windows across Las Vegas. A pillar of dust rises over the desert. And when the smoke clears, standing at the center of a molten crater is Conquest, the Viltrumite warlord. Scarred, gray haired, and smiling, he's done this before. Planet after planet. His mission is simple: test the strength of the species, conquer the survivors. But let's change one thing. This time, he's not landing in a comic book world, he's landing in our world. So, what happens when one of the most powerful Viltrumites in existence faces the combined might of the modern US military? Can even jets, tanks, and missiles stop a living weapon who can tear cities apart with his bare hands? It might not be as simple as you think. Conquest has landed roughly 40 miles north of Groom Lake, right next to Area 51. Within minutes, military drones and satellites confirm a humanoid target moving at supersonic speeds. His strength is off the charts. He can crush steel with one hand, fly faster than hypersonic jets, and survive in space without oxygen. He's strong enough to destroy a tank with a single punch, fast enough to catch a missile midair, durable enough to take a nuclear blast, and stay standing. He's not invincible, but he's closer to it than anything Earth has ever faced, and he's about to meet the full force of the US military. 5:41 a.m. Two F-22 Raptors scramble from Nellis Air Force Base, locking onto the target. They fire two AIM-120 AMRAAMs directly at Conquest's position. Both missiles hit. The explosion engulfs the crater in flame. For a moment, silence. Then the heat clears, and he's still standing. Didn't even flinch. He looks up, then he moves. Conquest launches into the sky faster than any radar can track. The shockwave alone flips one of the F-22s upside down. Before the pilot can correct, Conquest tears through the jet's fuselage like paper. The second fighter turns to engage. He's gone. Reappears behind it. One hit, one explosion. Both aircraft went down in less than 10 seconds. 5:52 a.m. The Pentagon declares a red zone across Nevada. Every available unit mobilizes. Tanks, drones, artillery. The desert becomes a war zone. From the horizon, a convoy of Abrams tanks and Bradley IFVs form the perimeter. Soldiers brace for engagement. The first tank fires an armor-piercing round straight at him. The shell hits Conquest in the chest and bounces off. He walks through the barrage, each hit shaking the sand but doing nothing to slow him down. A second tank fires. Conquest grabs the shell midair, crushes it, and hurls it back into the barrel. The explosion flips the tank over. Machine gun fire rains down. Mortars explode around him. He doesn't even blink. One backhand swing sends a 70-ton tank tumbling across the desert. Another punch caves in a striker's armor like foil. Within 2 minutes, the armored line is gone. From above, Predator drones lock on. Missiles streak through the clouds, detonating on his position. Conquest bursts through the fireball, slamming into one drone after another until the entire formation explodes in midair. Commanders at Nellis watch from a live feed, stunned. The target has sustained zero visible damage. He's now heading directly for the base. Sirens wail across Nellis Air Force Base. Jets scramble. Anti-air batteries come online. Then, impact. Conquest hits the runway like a meteor. The blast wave throws vehicles into the air. Infantry open fire. Tracer rounds bounce off his skin, sparking like fireworks. He doesn't even slow down. He tears through a parked F-35, flips an armored vehicle into a hangar, and drives his fist through a reinforced bunker wall. One soldier fires a rocket at point-blank range. Conquest catches it, lets it explode in his hand, and keeps walking. He's not here to talk. He's testing Earth's strength, and so far, it's not impressive. 6:14 a.m., an MC-130 circles high above the battlefield and drops the payload. A 21,000-pound explosive hits the desert, erupting in a wall of fire visible from 30 miles away. The entire base shakes. Communication lines go dead. Dust clouds blanket the desert for minutes. When the feed returns, Conquest is kneeling in the crater. He's hurt, but smiling. Blood runs down his arm. His armor is cracked. He looks almost impressed. Then he stands. 6:20 a.m. Conquest launches upward again, punching through the cloud layer. He disappears from radar. 30 seconds later, he reappears behind the MC-130 that dropped the bomb. The jet never had a chance. A flash, a bloom of fire, the plane disintegrates midair. The feed cuts. The US military just lost its most powerful conventional weapon. Every base across the western seaboard goes on full alert. Stealth bombers, cruise missiles, every branch is watching now. Conquest wipes blood from his face and looks toward the horizon. Somewhere out there, he knows command is watching. And for the first time in years, he feels something close to excitement. He came here to test humanity's strength, and humanity is about to answer. 6:35 a.m. Stealth bombers lift off from Whiteman Air Force Base, carrying low-yield tactical nukes. But before they can even reach Nevada, Conquest is already airborne. He streaks east from the Pacific faster than any radar sweep can track, every sonic boom shattering windows across the Mojave. Satellites confirm his heading, Edwards Air Force Base. By the time ground control sounds the alert, the base is already under attack. Anti-aircraft batteries roar to life, surface-to-air missiles launch in sequence, streaking skyward. Conquest cuts through them like sparks through paper. An F-35 closes in for interception. Conquest meets it midair, tears through the fuselage, and throws it into another jet. Both detonate in a plume of fire over the desert. He lands in the middle of the airfield surrounded by hangars, alarms, and fleeing personnel. The concrete ripples from the impact. To the soldiers below, he doesn't look like an alien. He looks like the end of the world. And if conventional weapons can't stop him, they'll try the next best thing, directed energy. A prototype laser array near the test range powers on, its beam cutting through dust and smoke until it locks on. A blinding flash engulfs Conquest. For the first time, he stumbles. Flesh chars. His left side burns black. The shot cuts through his armor deep enough to draw Viltrumite blood, but he endures it. He rips the weapon from its mount, crushes the emitter housing, and hurls it half a mile into the sand. 7:03 a.m. He turns toward Los Angeles. If Earth wants to fight like gods, then he'll strike where it hurts most. The Pentagon issues a final directive: containment at any cost. A submarine in the Pacific launches a Trident II missile armed with a 300 kiloton warhead. Detonation point: Mojave airspace. The missile climbs, trailing flame. Conquest sees it coming and flies straight toward it. The collision ignites the sky. A mushroom cloud rises from the desert, vaporizing everything for miles. Shockwaves slam against Los Angeles. For several minutes, the cameras show nothing but dust and fire. Then, a figure emerges. Conquest. His skin is blackened, armor melted, one arm barely attached. But he's alive. He crashes to the ground, leaving a crater deep enough to swallow tanks. For the first time since entering Earth's atmosphere, he doesn't move. Then, jets start to form a perimeter while drones circle overhead. The figure in the crater twitches, then rises. Every inch of him is burned and broken, but his eyes still shine. He looks at the horizon, silent. Then he ascends, slowly, steadily, through the smoke and clouds, disappearing into the upper atmosphere. 8 a.m. The battle is over. Conquest didn't win, but neither did humanity. 3 military installations destroyed, hundreds dead. The cost in aircraft, armor, and munitions is incalculable. And yet, the world still stands. If Conquest wanted to annihilate Earth, he could have done it in minutes. But that wasn't his mission. He came to test us. And what he found wasn't weakness. It was resistance. We fought a Viltrumite with everything humanity had. Missiles, lasers, even nuclear fire. And he still stood. But through it all, we never stopped shooting back. To a species that conquers through fear, that kind of defiance means something. Because on every world Conquest has ever visited, submission comes first. Here, it didn't. So, could Conquest defeat the US military? Yes, but not without scars. He'd leave Earth burning, but still fighting. And in a universe full of species that kneel, maybe that's what makes us dangerous. The war would be over in hours. But the legend that humanity faced a god and refused to fall would last forever. Or what do you think would happen? And if you want to see what happened when Spider Man fought in World War II, click the video on screen now. Thanks for watching.